I never believed in curses. Not really. I thought they were stories people told themselves to make sense of bad luck, of patterns they couldn't otherwise explain. But then I turned 29, and everything fell apart. It started small. On my birthday, I woke up to find my front door unlocked. I always lock my door. I checked the deadbolt. It was still thrown, but the door was open a crack. I closed it. I locked it again. I told myself I'd been sleepwalking. That afternoon, my car wouldn't start. The battery was fine. The alternator was fine. The mechanic shrugged and said, "Sometimes cars just die." I took the bus home. That night, I was cooking dinner, and the smoke alarm went off. I hadn't burned anything. The alarm just screamed for no reason. I pulled the battery. It kept screaming. I had to smash it with a hammer to make it stop. I should have seen the pattern, but I was 29. I was healthy. I had a good job, a nice apartment, a cat that purred when I walked through the door. Bad things happen to everyone. That's what I told myself. Then the dreams started. Every night, the same dream. I was standing in a long hallway. The walls were white, the floor was white, the ceiling was white. No doors, no windows, just the hallway stretching in both directions, vanishing into a white fog, and at the end of the hallway something was waiting. I couldn't see it, I could only feel it. A presence, heavy, cold, watching. I would wake up gasping, my sheets soaked with sweat, my heart hammering. The clock on my nightstand always read 2:29 a.m., not 2:30, not 2:28, 2:29, every night. I went to a doctor. She said I was stressed. She gave me sleeping pills. The dreams got worse, the presence got closer. I could feel its breath on the back of my neck, cold and damp, like air from a tomb. I started researching the number 29. It's a prime number. It's the number of days in a lunar cycle. It's the number of letters in the Finnish alphabet. It's the number of times I checked my locks every night. The number of steps from my bed to the bathroom. The number of seconds I held my breath before opening my eyes in the morning. The research led me to a forum, a thread titled The 29th Day. The posts were old, from the early 2000s, written by people who use screen names like Lost 29 and Waiting 29. They all described the same thing, a curse, a cycle. Every 29 years, something came. It found you on your 29th birthday. It watched you from the hallway in your dreams. And on the 29th day of your 29th year, it stepped through. One post from a user named Runner29 said, "My father died on his 29th day. My grandfather died on his. I'm 28 now. I have 364 days left. I'm not gonna wait. I'm going to run." The last post from Runner29 was dated 6 months after the first. It said, "It found me. It always finds you. Don't run. Just close your eyes." I tried to find more. The forum was dead. The user accounts were gone. The thread had been last updated in 2005. I traced the IP addresses. They led to empty lots, abandoned buildings, addresses that no longer existed. I told myself it was a hoax, a creepypasta, a game. I stopped research. I threw away my sleeping pills. I slept with the lights on. The dreams continued. The presence got closer. On the 15th night, I saw it, a shape in the white fog, tall, thin. Its limbs were too long, its joints bent at angles that hurt to look at. It had no face, just a smooth oval where its features should have been. But I knew it was looking at me. I could feel its eyes, even though it had none. It spoke. Its voice was not a voice. It was a vibration, a frequency that bypassed my ears and went straight to my bones. It said, "You have 14 days. I woke up screaming. My cat was dead at the foot of the bed. No wounds, no blood. Just cold and still, its eyes open, its mouth open, like it had seen something terrible and died of fright." I buried the cat in the backyard. I didn't cry. I was past crying. I was in a place where emotions had been replaced by a cold, clear dread. The kind of dread that sharpens your senses, that makes you see details you'd normally miss. I started to notice things. The way my shadow moved a fraction of a second too late. The way my reflection in the mirror blinked when I didn't. The way the air in my apartment grew cold at exactly 2:29 a.m. every single night. I tried to leave. I packed a bag. I drove. I didn't care where. I just drove, putting miles between me and the apartment, between me and the dreams. I drove for 6 hours. I stopped at a motel in a town I'd never heard of. I paid cash. I didn't use my real name. That night, I dreamed of the hallway, the white walls, the white floor, the white fog. The presence was closer now. I could see the texture of its skin, gray, wrinkled like old paper. Its limbs were longer, its joints sharper. It raised one hand and pointed at me. Its fingers were too many. 7, 8, 9, I couldn't count them. They blurred and shifted. You can't run, it said. I'm not in a place, I'm in the number. 29. The space between 28 and 30. The crack in the calendar. The day that doesn't belong. I live there. And you're 29 now. So you live there too. I woke up in the motel room. The clock on the nightstand said 2:29 a.m. The door was open. The bag I'd packed was gone. My phone was gone. I was wearing only my pajamas. I walked to the door. The parking lot was empty. No cars, no street lights, just dark. I stepped outside. The ground was not asphalt. It was white tile, the same tile from the dream. I looked up. No sky, just white fog. I was in the hallway. The presence was standing 29 feet away. I knew the distance the way you know your own name. It tilted its head. Its featureless face seemed to smile. Now you understand, it said. You're not dreaming, you're here. This is where you've always been. The apartment, the car, the cat, those were the dream. This is real. This is the 29th day, and you're never leaving. I turned to run. The hallway stretched in both directions, endless and white. I chose a direction and ran. I ran for what felt like hours. The presence stayed beside me, not moving, just gliding at the edge of my vision. Its voice followed me. Everyone has a number. Yours is 29. Some have 13. Some have 4. Some have 7. It doesn't matter what the number is, only that it finds you, only that it claims you. You've been marked since the day you were born. Your mother knew. She tried to hide you. She gave you a different name, a different birthday, a different life. But the number doesn't forget. The number always knows. I stopped running. I was out of breath. My legs were shaking. The presence stopped too. It stood 29 feet away, patient and still. What do you want from me? I asked. It didn't answer. It just pointed. I followed its finger. On the white floor, 29 feet away, there was a door. A small door, painted black, with a brass handle. It hadn't been there before. I walked toward it. The presence didn't move. I reached the door. The handle was warm. I turned it. The door swung open. Inside was a room, not a white room. A room from my childhood, my bedroom from the house I grew up in. The blue walls, the bunk bed, the posters of dinosaurs and space shuttles. And sitting on the bed, cross-legged, was a child. A girl, maybe 7 years old. She had my face. She was wearing my pajamas. She was crying. I'm sorry, she said. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to see what would happen. So I counted. I counted to 29, and then you appeared, and I couldn't stop. I've been counting ever since. Every year on my birthday, I count to 29, and someone new appears. Someone who shares my number. Someone who gets trapped in the hallway. I looked at her. This child. This version of me from a lifetime ago. She was the source. She was the one who had started the curse, who had opened the door, who had let the presence in. How do I stop it? I asked. She stopped crying. She looked at me with eyes that were too old for her face. You can't stop it. You can only pass it on. On your 29th birthday, you choose someone else. You choose someone who shares yourn, who is about to turn 29. You give them the dreams. You give them the hallway. You give them the presence, and you go free. I asked her who she had chosen. She pointed at me. You were 7 years old, just like me. You were playing in the backyard. You were counting. You said 29 out loud, and I heard you, and I chose you. I remembered. I had been 7. I had been counting the steps from the swing set to the fence. 29 steps. I had said the number out loud, and something had heard me. Something had been waiting. The child stood up. She walked toward the door. She stepped past me into the hallway. The presence turned to face her. She didn't flinch. It's your turn now, she said. You're 29. You've seen the hallway. You've heard the voice. You know the rules. Now you have to choose. Find someone who is about to turn 29. Someone who is alone. Someone who will say the number out loud. And give them the curse. Or stay here, with me, forever. The presence reached out one of its two long arms and touched the child's shoulder. She didn't react. She just looked at me with those old, dark eyes. "I've been here for 22 years, she said. "I've been waiting for you to grow up. I've been waiting for you to take my place. Don't make the same mistake I did. Don't wait. Choose. Choose now." I closed my eyes. When I opened them, I was back in my apartment. The clock said 2:29 a.m. My cat was alive, purring on the pillow. My front door was locked. My car was in the driveway. Everything was normal, but I knew it wasn't. I knew the hallway was still there. I knew the presence was still waiting. And I knew I had 364 days to find someone to pass the curse to. Someone who would say the number 29 out loud. Someone who would be alone on their birthday. Someone who would hear the voice in their dreams and wake up screaming. I haven't chosen yet. I've been looking. I've been watching. I've been waiting. I go to coffee shops and listen for people to say the number. I go to parks and watch children play. I go to hospitals and stand outside the maternity wards, listening for the cry of a baby who was born on the 29th day of the month. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be the one who passes the curse, but I don't want to go back to the hallway. I don't want to stand in the white fog with the presence, waiting for someone to take my place. So I'll choose. I'll choose someone. Maybe you, because you're reading this, aren't you? And you're counting the words, the paragraphs, the lines, 29 sentences, 29 minutes until midnight, 29 days until your birthday. Say it out loud. Say the number. Say the number. I'll hear you. The presence will hear you, and the curse will pass from me to you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I've been in the hallway for 22 years, even when I didn't know it, and I'm tired. I'm so tired. 29. There. I said it. Now it's out there. Now someone has to hear it. I hope it's not you, but I know it is. You wouldn't have read this far if it wasn't. Happy birthday. The countdown begins now.